Welcome back, Dr. Reid.
Everything got creepy
Would you like
suddenly.
to take communion with me now?
Depends, who are you eating?
Sean, are you eating raw flesh?
It is the sacred flesh of the mortal lamb. Our Lord's bountiful transmutation for the sustenance of his believers. Thank you, Lord.
This music is
I
working
am your most
overtime.
humble servant.
Fucking hell.
So, true to your word, you waited for my return.
I told you, Dr. Reid, I was a man to be trusted. Did you have words with the poor Harriet?
You make no distinction between the living and the skals, do you?
We are God's children, Dr. Reid. One and all. And he's determined to save us.
Mm-hmm.
Does this place belong to you? How can you be so certain you can keep it open?
This warehouse was once property of the Dawson family, but has been bequeathed me through donation.
So we're not going to talk about that way too dramatic music and the identity of this mystery meat you're eating? I hope that's beef.
The Dawsons? The wealthiest family in London? Have they a clue as to what goes on here?
Not at all. The donation was made before the war. The building was run down. I never met Aloysius Dawson myself.
And yeah, Doggo, there's a type of vampire in Vampire the Masquerade. I forget what they're called, but they're like Egyptian in origin, I think. And I really don't remember what they're called. Nakaraja? Maybe, yeah. But I think they have to eat it living.
So you have the run of the place and no one's taken notice?
As long as we keep to ourselves, we interest no one. This is a haven, and I pray it remains so for eons to come.
What will be the result if you continue to assist both skals and the living?
For the last decade, that's what's been happening. And they found a better life. What's to change?
Why do you never look directly at me, Sean? Are you blind? Actually, that's possible. I don't remember if anybody ever said.
You're forgetting the epidemic. Things can go south very quickly. I've seen it.
Oh, these are terrible times. Only those pure of heart shall prevail.
You've turned skal now. Don't you see the danger to anyone giving you their trust?
We are all sinners, awaiting salvation. This is a simple truth, ordained by the Lord Almighty. I am a seeker of his glorious light.
Harriet, Miss Jones, has been behaving in a most violent manner. She's going to need special attention.
That's precisely the reason I brought her here. To meet old Bridget. She's the guide Harriet requires.
Who is this old Bridget?
I don't know, Doctor. She rarely speaks of her past, but I know she has a long one. She's likely the oldest soul in the city.
Harriet is possessed by her hatred. You cannot let her roam free. She's dangerous.
She has joined her own kind, Doctor. Old Bridget is a saint to the younger skals, guiding them to salvation and peaceful existence.
I believe I've learned all I need to know. I'm certain you've killed no one, but one day, I believe you'll cross the line.
Logic is a false prophet. Faith is the only path to salvation.
What do you mean?
We have been blessed with God's eternity. We are the instruments of his divine will. We shall feed the hungry forever and ever. Amen.
We shall feed the hungry forever. What does that mean? Do you mean like as in a soup kitchen, or do you mean as in give them your blood? Alright. So, he feeds on corpses. As long as he's eating flesh from corpses that are already dead and not because his people murdered them, but just like he's finding mugging victims or something, like murder victims that already existed and eating them, I'm okay with that. I'm gonna ask him for more info.
Let's simply agree that all are one and the same. In death, I mean.
Give yourself over to God, Doctor. Expel your urges and kneel before the Lord in praise.
These urges. You know the hunger will never be satisfied.
I've come to embrace the everlasting craving. I have sworn to feed only upon the flesh of the dead. It is now my sacrament. Take, eat. This is my body. So saith the Lord.
Lord was into some kinky shit. Oh. Okay, I can just eat him right now. That would destabilize a lot of shit in this region, though, I think. The piece you found. He's crazy, but... you will heal through my blood. Interesting. Does that mean I turn him into an Ekin? What do you think, doggo? We spare him, or... I'm not even sure what turn would do. Huh. Would probably fuck things up with his flock. People really trust him right now. You know what? He's creepy, but I think he's okay as he is. Honestly. Maybe we'll turn out to be wrong later, but I don't think we can really foresee it right now. I try to heal him. Turn him. He might actually become more dangerous, maybe. Spare.
I believe you, Sean. In fact, I envy the peace you found, and will remember it.
There is love and compassion in your heart. You only need to give it wings.
Thank you for your kind words, Sean. Continue your noble efforts. You are a good man in bad times.
Keep to the light, my friend. Like all my flock, you have a home here. Anytime you're in the neighborhood.
Yeah, I know, Doggo. I didn't like making the decision with as little information as I've got either. But had to be done. Okay, so my mesmerize level is now 3. Not enough for the people I want to kill, but it's a step closer, at least. We've looted this place already. I don't think I can talk to him anymore.
Another corpse thrown in the streets. Someone's playing a very sick game.
I know, why didn't they give me an option to ask him where the meat came from? I mean, it kind of came up during the discussion, but it was still a little vague. He said it's the meat, the flesh of the dead, but they didn't specify how the dead became dead. If I find out that any of these people are killing for him, I'm gonna come back and eat his ass.
I know this brooch. This is my mother's. A birthday gift from father.
Oh, this guy's fucking with me again.
29 Pretty Orchard Street. That's near Poplar's district. Why would this man carry off my mother's brooch? I must go there.
Glad to see you again, Mr. Reid.
Goodbye, Miss.
Alright, as long as nobody's upset about this corpse.
Good evening, Mr. Throgmorton.
Dr. Reid!
Yeah, this corpse.
Did you see what happened to him?
Actually, yes. He was thrown from the roof like a vulgar log.
Why is it that you sound so afraid?
You didn't see it. He was dead before he hit the ground. The strength required to do such a thing, well, it beggars belief.
Who could have done that?
Who? Well, a vampire, of course. Look, bite marks on the neck and lacerations here. There is definitely a vampire close by.
You're right, there is.
Goodbye, and good hunting, Mr. Throgmorton.
Ichabod is turning into my Watson, you're right. I hadn't thought of that. You're so right, doggo. Alright, let's see. So, let's just double check the map. Nobody's in any immediate danger anymore. But we do have some new things we can do over here. I'm gonna try for this necklace again. And then after that, whether it succeeds or fails, after that I'm gonna go... Looks like I can't get in still. Okay. I'm gonna go talk to the new people back at the hospital. Find out what those exclamation points are about. And then I'm gonna have a nap, because I've got a lot of XP to spend. And now that I can safely have a nap without anybody dying on me, I think it's time. I suspect I need to advance the story farther before I can get access to the necklace.
For now,
I swear I've looked everywhere except for... wrong way. I swear I've gone everywhere except for through that one locked door. I'm sure it's got to be in there. What it feels like, anyway. And we've seen that at least a couple times so far this game has presented us with situations where they'll give us a side quest that we can't do yet. It feels like bad game design to me, but I think they're just trying to keep things more naturally flowing, like there's just a bunch of things you can discover. Wait a second, what's in here? Oh, that's the bridge access. So I feel like we're not going to get the conclusion to the necklace thing this week. Unfortunately. It's bugging the hell out of me, but I can't find anything. Oh, it's this guy. Okay, I remember that guy. He was a drunken dumbass. I guess he still is, technically. Fine, you want to die that badly? You'd be tentacled! I win. What the fuck is this guy doing? He's summoning his buddies is what he's doing. Rude. Come on. Alright, I think I was going this way. Let's see. Yeah, this will do the job.
It ain't human! Kill it! Bloody leech! What's it? It's a killer!
Ah, no fair. Hate it when they resist it.
Oh, Christ!
Out of this map here, drop a loot. Oh, alright. You want to talk, eh, bud?
Bloody monster!
This way.
Christ! He's dead!
I mean, not really, but kind of. Not as much as you're about to be, though. Okay, and this way. Nom 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 nom. Oh, you had to get one last little flame in on me, didn't you, you asshole? Dude. We'll talk to Clay Cox again, actually, on our way in. Anybody down there? No. Hey, buddy. I met your wife. Never mind.
I'll leave you for now.
Nothing
Mr.
new.
Cox.
If only there were more of us, with less resignation and more determination.
I know I can count on you. I wish I could say the same for the others.
You look exhausted. You're pushing yourself too hard. You don't have to bear the burdens of this hospital alone.
They're just talking about the usual stuff. Let's see if he's got anything new to say about
It is good to see you again,
stuff.
Jonathan. How are you?
I'm better than one might expect, Lady Ashbury. Dr. Swansea has asked me to investigate the recent disturbances in the hospital caused by skals.
Really? What do you mean?
I could say I met them without giving away where they are.
There is something ominous closing around me, Lady Ashbury. Something spies upon me from the shadows. Something cruel and wicked.
Whatever do you mean, Jonathan?
If Sean Hampton and Harriet were not the guilty parties, then who? I saw the bodies and the blood.
Your rebirth has not gone unnoticed, Jonathan. Be extremely careful. If you get in the way of an immortal's plans...
Do you suspect someone?
I don't know, Jonathan. I steer clear of vampire politics, especially whilst hunters roam the city's streets.
I discovered the most intriguing skal. An elderly woman answering to the name of Old Bridget, and a man who helps them remain hidden in London.
Old Bridget? Peculiar name, I've never heard of her.
According to Old Bridget, skals can lead a peaceful existence like us. They are even able to nourish themselves by feeding on corpses and the flesh of the dead.
How vile. Please, Jonathan, let's change the subject.
Skals of London have gone into hiding. Both mortals and immortals plot their extermination.
Yes. Skals are the orphans of the Vampire Society. They are the shame of their genitors, a disgrace to the vampire that created them.
Still don't trust her? Yeah, I mean, there's something...
Goodbye for now, my lady.
Something vaguely secretive about her that... I don't know, maybe there's still something going on there.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise
Whoa.
choice, Dr. Reid.
Buy dinner first? Oh, we do have new stuff here. Yes, buy that good part. I need more of them, of course, but I'll buy that one. Okay, now, who's... I guess one of them was Ashbury. The other one is Swansea. Alright, let's go talk to Swansea and then let our character have a little nap. Let me ask you, fancy lady skirt pants. Human drank cow blood, that'd be disgusting, but eating its flesh isn't, so which one of you is more nasty again? Valid point. You know what, I've never looked up here. And I didn't miss out on anything either, apparently.
Jonathan, at last. I've been worried sick. Have you solved the case of our poor Sean Hampton?
Don't worry, Edgar. The reputation of Pembroke Hospital is secure. Sean Hampton was not the guilty party.
Is that true? Oh, good news. Good news indeed.
Also, why aren't you playing with your skull today?
What do you know of the Ascalon Club?
Not as much as I would like. There have always been rumors about a secret society of vampires operating in the interests of the British Empire, though I've never met a member.
I met one and he's a fucking asshole.
I crossed paths with one. A terrifying creature going by the name of Fergal. He was sent by the Ascalon Club to exterminate the skals of the East End.
By the stole, Jonathan. If vampires are eliminating their own progeny, then dark times are upon us. Darker than I've ever witnessed.
Do you think Lady Ashbury would know of them?
Jonathan, our beloved lady is not one for social dalliances, nor the assemblies of dark orders. She's a woman of superior taste and selective acquaintance.
Does the name Old Bridget ring any bells?
I'd never heard of her. Why? A patient of ours? I must confess, I don't know them all.
No, it's just someone I recently met. A fascinating woman. I had thought that perhaps...
By the stole, Jonathan, you've met another vampire. I would appreciate an introduction, if that's the case.
I don't think she would. You know what? I'm not going to tell you about Harriet. That might be a little bit too much information on the whole keeping their secrets thing. I suspect I might accidentally blurt out the location and shit like that. No, I'm not going to tell you that. Okay, let's check the map. Nobody's in danger of dying immediately. We can spend some XP. Finally. After we do this. Okay, do I want these? Not really. This? No, I need more opium. That's right, guys, I need more opium. Heard it here first. Ooh. Stronger regen serum, though. I've got lots of the stuff that I need to make that. Let's do that. Okay. How many good trigger parts do I need? Wait. What I'm using now. Apparently I found a revolver at some point and I didn't notice. That is really good, actually. Slower fire rate and reload time, but still. Or is that actually what I've been using? Because it looks kind of familiar. out a second. Oh, that is the one I have equipped already, okay. Alright. I guess the revolver's been what I was already using. So then, we've done quite a lot since our last nap. Let's see. How much will it cost to upgrade this? I need 2 more level ups before I do that anyway. Okay. Fight. Yes, let's get the better life regen on this. Also, increase the damage inflicted. Sure. Get a couple levels of that. Okay. Blood. There's blood absorption rate. I don't really use this spear much. I'm not going to bother. Oh yeah, increase our healing ability here. Can I upgrade my stun attack? I don't think so. That comes from the actual weapon quality itself. And the stake I have can't be upgraded anymore. It's not bad though, honestly. But, okay, let's see. We've got a branch here. We can get... Trade the instant health gain for greater regen. Let's see. Or... Trade more blood to heal yourself instantly and get an additional boost in the regen. Recovery. Doesn't make any sense. Well, I think recovery means the cooldown time, actually. That costs 10, that costs 25. Healing myself will cost a lot, 2.5 times more than it did. It doesn't heal me that much more. But it says the regen part will be good too. This one only costs 5 more. Healing. I'm not clear on the difference here. That one costs a hell of a lot more. That's what I do know. Yeah, I think it's because of the higher level enemies, Doggo, is why some of the guys have been harder to stun. Also, bosses and strong enemies, like... Remember I was talking about the guys with the shotguns, the big sturdy enemies, and the preachers? They're just tougher enemies to begin with, so they're harder to stun anyway. The little guys are still stunned in 2 or 3 hits, though. And check further down the skill tree. I think it's the same thing with just bigger numbers, though. Yeah, it's just the same stuff with bigger numbers. It doesn't explain it any better. I think what it means is the lower branch costs more to give you instant healing, whereas the top branch costs less, but gives you better regen time. So the costs on all these things at the bottom are the same. Oh, but it also reduces the cooldown. Costs more blood, but has a lower cooldown. But it's only got a cooldown of 3 seconds anyway. I'm gonna take the top branch. Also, now I should be able to improve this. Hmm. 720 damage instead of 600. I'm not sure if that's worth 2,000 points. Maybe, though, it is pretty useful. But also, let's look at this. That makes it cool down faster. This branch makes it so that I get damage bonuses. Costs more stamina. Down here it removes the blood cost entirely. I don't get the damage bonuses. Still, that means I could go invisible whenever I feel like it. And it only costs stamina and nothing else. Whereas here, it costs me blood. Not a whole lot of blood, but still some. So, free invisibility or invisibility at a small cost, but with a damage bonus when I come out of it. I don't think I need the damage bonus, really. I'm gonna go with the cheap branch. And I think I'm going to leave it there, because the only differences now are... Okay, this is less better cooldown time, this is less stamina use. That'll be good enough, though. I've got a lot of stamina already. Okay, I don't think I can afford anything else here, can I? I can improve my max health. Can't afford more stamina. Or I can bring up my blood capacity. Let's do that. There we go. Okay. Now I'm level 16. Major district events. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. It says right here, the more lives you take, the unhealthier a district becomes. Christian faith or cult? What is immortality? Trying to figure out what this means, what actually happened. Sanitary situation of the docks is drastically decreased. Deprived of a place to rest, the poor get sick from sleeping rough. Well, why did they close the asylum? That's silly. Health doesn't look like it's gone down, though. Prices may have changed, but you're not telling me if they have or not, or in what direction. Oh well. So it doesn't appear like things got any worse in the docks, which they would have if we'd killed that guy.